Hello guys. Okay, so right now we are going to talk about the grammar of this book for Unit 1A, Level 3. So basically, this is what we have on the grammar focus for this unit. We have relative pronouns. So we have the relative pronouns can be used as a subject in a sentence, and they can also be used as the object of a sentence. So in here we have, remember that the subject in a sentence is the person or the object that we talk about. But then the object of a clause or a sentence is the person or the object that receives the action in the sentence. So here we're going to talk about relative pronouns, who and that. So basically, we have who, that, which in this case, in here on this grammar, but on the book, we are only going to be working with who, that only. But which is just a plus, just some extra information that we have here. Anyways, let's start. So we have who. We have who as a subject, and we can also use it as an object. So basically, who is used for people only, for person, for humans. So then here we have it as the subject. The man who lived next door was very friendly. So who in here is an obligatory element. Why? Because we are talking about the man. This is our subject. We are talking about him. He is the person we are talking about in our sentence. Then we have who as an object pronoun. So we have the sentence, the man who we met was very friendly. So in here we have who, that we can erase it because it's an optional element. We can say the man we met was very friendly, or we can say the man who we met was very friendly. As you can see in here, our subject is we, and then the object is the man because he is the one receiving the action, to the contrary to what we have in here, because in here we see that the man who lived next door is the one we are talking about, and he is just doing the action. He is the principal person of the sentence. Then for the object, he is the one that is receiving the action, the man who we met. So we met him. We are the subject, and he, who did we meet? The man. So he is the object. As you can see, if we use a subject pronoun, we cannot omit the who. So if we are using it as a subject, the relative pronoun is necessary. You cannot delete it. So as the object of a clause like we have in here, it is an optional element because, again, it's an object. It's the one receiving the action, and it's not important if we do put the relative pronoun or not. Then we have which we can use it for people, and we can use it also for objects. So this is the difference. In here, who can only be used for people, but then which can be used for people and also for objects. And it's basically the same thing. When it's the subject, it's because this is the thing or the person, the object that we are talking about. If I say this is the bank which was robbed yesterday, we are saying that the bank is the subject because it was robbed. So which again is an obligatory element because we are using it as a subject pronoun. But then if we use it as an object pronoun, for example, this is the bank which they prefer. In here, the subject is they, so we can omit the which because this is the bank they prefer. It's not important. We can also say this is the bank which they prefer, but since this is an object pronoun, we can omit it, so it doesn't really make, let's say, a difference on our sentence. And for last, we have that. So that, again, this one is used only for objects. So we have that who is used on people. We have that is used on objects. And then we have which that can be used in objects and also for people. So then we have that, which is basically the same thing. We can use it as a subject pronoun and we can also use it as an object pronoun. If it's the subject pronoun, it's because this is what we are talking about in the sentence. They are playing a song that sounds good. That is obligatory because it's being used as a subject pronoun. But then if we have the object pronoun, they are playing a song that we like. We becomes our subject, so that becomes an element that can be omitted. So you can put it or not. Either way, there is another extra information I would like to show you in here. So here we have the relative pronouns again. We say who and that have two jobs at the same time. The first job is to join two ideas, and the second job is to add information in a sentence. Okay, so as I was saying, in here the relative pronouns who and that do two jobs at the same time. The first one is to join two ideas, and the second one is to add information. So to join two ideas, for example, Roy likes girls and they aren't too serious. So I can say that Roy likes girls who aren't too serious. And then we also use it to add information. Roy likes girls. That's all I need to know. But if I want some more information, so what kind of girls does he like? So he likes girls who aren't too serious. So again, when the relative pronoun who or that is the subject on a clause or on a sentence, it is necessary that we put it. But if it's the object, we can omit it. So again, I'm going to explain a little bit further about the join two ideas and the add information. We can say, for example, a relative pronoun who or that is necessary when the pronoun is the subject of the clause, as we have mentioned. So in here, we are joining two ideas. For example, I like to meet someone. Let's say that we don't have this. I like to meet someone is considerate. If I do this sentence, like okay, so for example, if I go ahead and write this sentence, I would like to meet someone, and then I have is considerate. In here, we are going to be using who or that. We are going to be using the relative pronoun as a subject. So we are as I mentioned before, we are going to join two ideas. So in this case, I can say I would like to meet someone who is considerate or that is considerate. Remember that we can use it for both people and objects, and who can only be used on people. But then in here we have this perfect example of using the relative pronouns who or that to join ideas. And then we can make another example that we can use who or that, our relative pronouns, as a subject to add information. So for example, in here we have, when the pronoun is the object of the clause, who and that can be left out, meaning that we can eliminate them. It's not necessary for them to be there. So I'd like a roommate. That's all I need to know. That's all my information. I would like to have a roommate. My sentence ends there. I can end it there with no problem, and it's still going to make sense. But then I can add, if I want to add something, I can say who or that I have a lot in common with. So basically in here we are just adding more information. This is the information that we are adding in here. Who or that I have a lot in common, and in here we are linking two ideas as I mentioned. The two ideas are is considered and I would like to meet someone. So basically, again, if we are using the relative pronoun as a subject, it is necessary that we put it, that we have it, because it's linking two ideas, it's connecting two ideas. If we have it as the object, it's just giving us extra information and we don't really have to put it. Because I can also say I would like to have a roommate I have a lot in common with. So who and that are not strictly necessary if we are talking about, if we are having it as a subject. Remember that the subject on a sentence is the person or object or thing that we talk about, and the object is the person that receives the action. So I am just going to leave this board on the link on the video, and also I am going to give you an exercise, of course, the grammar exercise that you need to complete. It's right here on the book. So I am just going to put this on Google Classroom, this exercise, which is matching, so you guys can complete it and upload the screenshot. So that is it. If you guys have any questions, just let me know so we can go ahead and discuss it. So thank you very much for watching, and see you guys later on our next class.